Hi, Jacob. This is Trevor Coleman again, graduate assistant baseball coach at the University of Missouri, and I wanted to pick up where we left off with your solo hitting evaluation, which is just the video of yourself in the frame. Now we've added Major Leaguer Edwin Encarnacion, one of the most feared hitters in the American League, plays for the Toronto Blue Jays. He does some things in his swing that are very, very, very effective. Okay, I do want to talk about the differences though in you two. So we're not trying to clone you to be just like him, okay, or manipulate you to be identical to you because your body works different than his. Obviously, his is much more developed and much stronger than yours. Okay, but as a youngster, if you can nail down some of the fundamentals that Edwin and other Major League Baseball players use, as you grow, those habits will play with your strength that you acquire. Okay, and because of that, if you can keep the fundamentals intact, it stands to reason that you'll turn into a player that uses your strength that you've developed and the good mechanics to become a successful baseball player. So that's where this all kind of takes us. Okay. First thing I want to do, okay, let's look at your swing. And again, we talked about we emphasized in your solo video, okay, where your hands were. And we talked about the load in your hands. Oops. I'm going to draw a line from your hands down to your foot or down to the ground, which happens to be just outside your foot or maybe right on top of it. Okay. I'm going to pull up Edwin Encarnacion here. Okay, and we're gonna see where he's at with his stance. Okay, in his stance, his hands start on the inside of his foot. Okay, right in here. Look at the difference. Okay, it seems very small. We're talking about 6 inches or so. The difference, though, is that as we see, we're going to play the video here. We're going to see all the momentum and torque that Edwin Encarnacion generates, that he's able to produce with his body. So when it's time to go, his eyes say, okay, I'm going to hammer this fastball or this pitch, he is in a more powerful position to be able to do that. Okay? So let's go ahead and go back to you. Let's see how, go just frame by frame how this works. Okay? It's going slower than I thought it would here. Let's try that one. Okay. Our hands now, our foot is moved. So let's go back and look at this. Or the camera moved. Regardless, our hands don't move. Okay. Our hands stay in the same general area. Okay. So I can go through it forward, but it just kind of presses and we increase our bat angle behind our shoulders. Okay. Let's flip it over to Edwin Encarnacion. This camera is stable. Okay. So it's going to be able to be a little bit more insightful for us. As these frames get going, he has a little rock forward. As you notice, that rock forward sets again. It's the same thing I'm talking about, but in a different form. His hands or his body rocks. Okay, and then his hands, watch this, get all the way back to there. The knob of his bat is now on the outside of his foot. Okay, whereas your hands, the knob of your bat, is maybe a couple inches back. Okay, and again, don't forget the camera moved here to notice where your foot started. Okay, remember this line was on the outside of your foot. But regardless, okay, when we need to generate momentum, we need to generate torque, we need to generate the ability for our hips and shoulders to really explode through the baseball. Okay, so what this has done is his shoulders are now turned, okay, somewhat closed. Okay, and his hips are somewhat closed. Okay, yours, when we get there, when we look at it, are both kind of still square. Your hips might even be open a little bit. Okay, the difference here, and what ends up happening is he has more power to uncoil this thing and really rip his upper body and his momentum from his backside through the baseball and really capitalize on his strength. Okay. When we look at your swing, we're not generating as much torque and as much leverage for you to go ahead and rip through the baseball like Encarnacion is. Okay? Now, I want to erase these lines, okay, and I want you to just be able to see his entire swing and how he gets all of his energy through the baseball. It's a very, very clear difference between college baseball players, youth baseball players, and the greatest hitters in the world are able to really precisely and very forcefully hit the baseball. And a lot of that comes from their ability to get to there. Okay? When we get to this point, when we're watching him, we have almost all of our momentum, okay, he does, going into that baseball right there. All this backside weight, okay, muscle is going through the baseball. Okay, you do a pretty good job of it, but I want to challenge you. We'll pull you up here. I want to challenge you to keep working on that to get even better with it. Okay, let's play it forward just a little bit here. When we get to contact, let's see where we are. Well, our hands are a little farther out in front. Okay, I like the fact that our head, okay, is down and focused on the baseball. Okay, but I think that there's more in there. Our hip could be turned even more. We could really be exaggerating getting our backside through the baseball. So I want to make sure that you emphasize mainly your hands. If you take anything away from this, I want you to take away, we need to be able to generate rhythm and timing with our hands. So when our stride starts to happen, when our load takes place, our hands, there needs to be time in there for our hands to move backward, to be able to get into a good, strong launch position, and then really drive our backside through the baseball. Okay. Jacob, it's been a pleasure having you a part of the hitting experience. I hope that you continue to come out to our camps and be around, and hopefully we can provide some more instruction and more opportunities for you to compete against your peers. So, hopefully this video has a little better quality as far as the audio is concerned. We'll get this to you so you can have both, and hopefully this one's a little better. Again, thank you, Jacob, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.